First off, I want to say it's finally spooky season, aka my favorite time of the year. But I mean, if you're really about that horror life, then it's 24/7. Ain't no just waiting for 1 month. I'm going to be talking about a lot of iconic horror related moments this month, and as the title reads, I'm going to start things off with the GOAT himself, Blade. Back then, Blade was one of those characters that you either knew about or didn't. But all of that changed in 1998 when Wesley Snipes stepped on the scene. Wesley Snipes was on a Hall of Fame run in the 90s. New Jack City, Passenger 57, Jungle Fever, and many more. But he said, you know what? I needed to add something legendary to my resume. And that was Blade. Blade is a 6'2" demon that has an eternal beef with vampires. Not because they killed his mother, but also because he's one of them as well. Blade is a half human, half vampire hybrid, or what they like to call him, the Daywalker. You've probably heard it a million times already, but I'm gonna say it one more time for the delusional Marvel fans in the back. This movie right here saved Marvel from bankruptcy and gave birth to the MCU, making over $100 million at the box office and $400 million with all three films combined. Mans was so goated that the Blade curse was born and stopped Marvel from making a movie that a 5-year-old can do with their action figures.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
But I'm not here to talk about the movie as a whole. I'm here to talk about one of the greatest openings in Marvel history. After we see Sanaa Lathan before her son was a Cartwright, we go over to this random couple driving, and right off the jump, this redhead grabs this man's heat seeker without consent. And I'm like, whoa. Is this a porno or a movie? Because some people like to plot before the action starts. He asked her where they're going and she said it's a surprise. After she grabbed this junk like that, a real one would have said, forget the surprise, pull the car over right now. But he's being delusional, so he kept entertaining her. They end up in the same building where Rocky was beating his meat at in the first Rocky movie. Wait, hold up, let me rephrase that. The same building where Rocky was punching his meat.
What was that?
You know what? Let's just leave it at that.
He know what he said!
As they're walking through the building, you see one of the workers give this man the Anthony Mackie look to let you know that this nigga is cooked, and he just doesn't know it yet. We finally see what this redhead was built like, and I was like, yeah, she would have caught me too. Then she finished it off by speaking in a different language, and I was like, oh nah, this isn't just your average milk. This is that Romanian Slavic milk, aka that Yelena and Natasha milk.
It's dangerous.
They get past the door and it's a whole ass rave party going on. People of all ethnicities dancing on and off beat. Even got somebody getting topped off in the background. The DJ might as well cut the music off because as soon as the white boy walked in there, everyone was checking him out, and not in the good way. He tried getting his dance on with the girl he came with, and then this random girl who completely shoves him out of the way. And I'm like, damn girl, how you a linebacker of the group and she came here with me? This man was getting disrespected left and right and thought it was a good idea to still try to party with these individuals. My ass would have been out of there so fast the minute I felt unwelcomed. I mean, unless I was 100% certain I was getting those Slavic cheeks, I would have stayed. Bro doesn't even realize people are looking at him like how I look at Meg Thee Stallion Instagram reels. If things couldn't get worse for this man, red liquid starts dripping from the sky. But it's not wine, it's freaking blood. At first, he thought these were just the stereotypical white boys that try to be edgy and shit, but he realized that these ain't crazy white people. These are living, breathing vampires. At this point, he realized the cheeks weren't worth it and tried getting the hell out of Dodge and started getting jumped out by the other vampires. At this point, I can't even feel bad for this dude because he was getting all kinds of red flags. You walk into a random factory surrounded by nothing but cattle bones. You got the worker giving him the Anthony Mackie look. Not to mention this nigga saw a whole lineup of blood bags shaped like humans. Like the signs were right there. Right when this man was about to get his bloody cheeks clapped, Blade pops up and everyone stops what they're doing. Okay, before I talk about the moment, look at this man Blade, just straight up aura forming. Dressed in all black, black shades, clean fade, got the Vegeta Widow's peak, and ready for war. This man looks like he's auditioning for the Matrix right now. Blade is basically the Kendrick Lamar of vampire hunting, the certified boogeyman. I'm the one that up the scope of them. Walking down the whole time, I know he got some. Alright. And the title was rightfully earned. Bro is the Daywalker. That means he can clap them anytime he wants, but chooses to do it at night just to prove that he can beat them at their best.
You're an animal. You're a fucking maniac.
Once they realized that it's Blade, everyone started praying to God. Like, do you know how scary you gotta be for a non-living creature to be praying to the Most High? You got the extras in the back not knowing what to do but run around and hope not to get clapped. But don't worry, the action hasn't started yet. Blade is just straight up smiling, looking like a demon. You can tell this man loves his job because he pulled up to 100v1 with the biggest smile on his face like he was a One Piece character. Vampires just staring at him not knowing what to do, but this is a movie, so somebody's got to be brave enough to attack him. Big Boy ran up and Blade had this boy like, boy, if you don't get your look on his face, and hit him with the shotty, and shit has officially popped off. At least these vampires are smart enough to know that once gunshots start going off, it's time to get the hell out of there. One vamp grabbed 2 crowbars and was swinging them around like she was a Jedi, and she got her guts rearranged with a shotgun blast. Blade's just clapping everybody with the shotgun, and you thinking, oh, this gonna be light work. Then the same redhead that set up old boy started talking crazy. She told Blade she was gonna rip his head off. The way she said that with her whole chest, she really must have thought she was the final boss. But this is the first 10 minutes of the movie, so we know that's not true. Blade heard her popping off at the mouth and just hit her ass with a roundhouse kick. After clapping the black vampire, he spun the block on her and was like, this is for not letting that guy you brought with you clap them cheeks, and gave her a straight up headshot. Threw the shotgun and a random vampire trips and falls from it. Director told him, hey bro, when you get hit with that shotgun, make sure to oversell it. And that's exactly what he did. Bro jumped so high I thought he was about to hit the ceiling. Now due to everyone panicking, this gives Wesley Snipes a chance to do what he does best, and that's whoop some ass. One dude grabs Blade by the shoulder and tries to talk no jutsu, and Blade grabs this man's wrist and hit him with an uppercut, flipped him over, and proceeds to stab him in the chest with a stake. But that's not the best part. One vampire runs up on him, Blade ducks it and hits him with a punch and then kicks him right after. Then after that, shoves a stake right in the head of another vampire and crashes it into the ceiling. That was so disrespectful because bro didn't get a quick death like the others. Everyone else just got shot, but this man right here got a stake right under his chin, or of his neck if you want to be technical about it, and got his head jammed right into the ceiling. That means Buddy got a concussion and a death at the same time. Then another dude got punched, staked in the chest, pushed into the wall, and then got his head kicked into the electric light. Buddy got cooked, fried, beaten, and embarrassed all in 5 seconds. Then the Snow Bunny vamp and her goons start airing the club out, but Blade started shooting back and her ass went running. But her time will come later on. We finish things off with Bullock from Gotham, and he has his goons ready to fight Blade. One thing I noticed was how one dude in the back had a Uzi, but decided to run the ones with Blade instead. I mean, it's not like it would have helped, but it's the thought that counts. Blade pulls out the katana and draws a line saying, hey, if you cross it, that's your ass. Blade slices them up with ease and finishes things off by pulling out a blader ring and claps the remaining vampires, and then sets Quinn on fire and calls it GG. This scene is so legendary, bruh. You can tell from just the opening alone that you are witnessing a masterpiece. Like, as crazy as this scene is, you gotta respect the craftsmanship. Because what else would you expect from a Blade movie, let alone a vampire rave party besides raining blood? Then to top things off by having an actor like Wesley Snipes showcase his martial arts, which I might add is legit and not like Steven Seagal. But a fun fact you might not know is that Michael J. White auditioned for Blade and Black Panther, but nothing ever happened. Now think for a second. Could you imagine how even more badass all the Blade fights would have been if someone of Michael's caliber orchestrated them? Absolute cinema. But overall, man, Blade is one of the greatest black characters in history, and Wesley Snipes is the reasoning behind it. With that being said, thanks for watching. Leave a like and comment and subscribe for more. I hope you're ready for more horror videos because this is just the beginning. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.